as well. So this
Yeah.
will be a well-documented meeting.
We're going to try out. I have the new one, Fathom, I've been using. We'll see how it goes. That's here too.
Fantastic. All right. Let me change I want to change my layout. So I personally have this view. All right. Beautiful. All right. Let's get this show on the road.
Mm-hmm.
Serena's driving and listening. That's cool. Leah Fasten.
Hi, Shannon.
It is May 21st, 2024.
It is. And you know, I was working on my background just before this, and by mistake, I said it was March 21st. And I thought it is. And then I was like, no, that was 2 months ago. And I'm not quite sure where the 2 months went, but it's the end of May.
It is the end of May. And yeah. And so welcome. This is the AI Salon. Leah and I are your co-hosts for the journey this evening.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, hopefully for some time to come. I love doing these with you, Leah. So and I'm super excited about tonight. So Leah and I have been talking a lot in the past, I don't know, month or so.
Yeah.
About why we started the salon and, you know, what its purpose is and all sorts of things like that. And so the meeting this evening is a reflection of, you know, some of the insights we've had in those conversations. And some of the things that have come up are, you know, just the idea of play, and that one of the things that makes the salon special is it's a place where you can play without much consequences with AI, and do it with people who are into it as well. And one of the other things that we used to do a lot, but we've gotten away from, is this idea of meeting people in the community. And I think as the salon has grown, we've lost a little bit of that, making the salon smaller, right? You know, finding your little sub tribes within this larger community. And so that's what the meeting's about tonight. So
I want to just jump in really quick and say that one of the reasons we've been having so many conversations is because our salon hit 1,500 people. Yeah. And there is a sense of, how do we keep what we love about the salon, which is the community and the people we've met and what we've learned and how we've grown, while we also grow and expand. And so you may notice over the next upcoming months, some things might be shifting and changing. We're trying out a few things. Kyle and I are not necessarily online community leaders. So we're kind of learning as we go here, along with the AI.
Like the Forrest Gump of community leaders.
That's right. And we make a lot of
communities like about the chocolates.
We're modeling how to make mistakes and do things a little bit wrong so that we move on. And so one of the things that was really important to me and to Kyle was not getting too far away from actually the reason we started this, which was our community, right? That's why we started this. We started it because of you, because of the people we've met and what we are offering back to this community as well. And that's been in our thoughts a lot as well.
Yeah. And there's also, you know, when we first started and this generative AI stuff was new to everyone was a complete beginner. And now, you know, we've had a year and a half of people getting up to speed on this. And one of the things we've been thinking is, you know, what's the journey that people get to go on when they enter the community, and whether you enter as a complete beginner or you enter as someone who teaches this at college, right? You know, is there a place for you to sort of, you know, step on wherever you are on the journey? And so that's the other thing we're working on. So anyway, so that's what it's all about. Let's jump in and let me share my screen for a second. We don't need to see that again. I like the infinity mirror. I don't think that should have been a bubble warning me that that's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing. So tonight's meeting. So we're shifting the format of the salon. So it used to be that the AI salon was every other week, and what that meant is in some months there would be 3 meetings, and some months there would be 2, and it was always different kind of things. We're shifting the meetings to the first and third Tuesday of every month. And the reason for that is just for simplicity And so that everyone can just remember, first Tuesday, third Tuesday are the salon meetings. The first Tuesday is going to be the meeting for the most part where we have speakers. We're going to call those AI Salon Presents, and it's going to be more like a presentation. And then this meeting is the third Tuesday of the month. And right now we're calling these AI Salon Meet and Greets, where the whole idea is to get reconnected with the community. We'll walk you through what that's about. But the whole idea of the salon is really to create this gathering place where we can come together and share what we're learning and share our enthusiasm and things like that. So let me jump over to the salon itself, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But if you've never been here before, the AI Salon is a ragtag group of misfits, ne'er-do-wells, and miscreants who've gathered to explore the uncharted wilderness of generative AI. We are everyone from entrepreneurs to educators, from healthcare workers to creatives, and everyone in between. And you can read the rest of that, and we'll talk about our values here in a second. But I'm reminded, because Leah and I have been talking so much about this idea of the playfulness of the salon. I really love, how we describe the salon is kind of in this playful way. And that's something that as the community grows, we want to make sure we retain that sense of play. Because things are going to get, things are accelerating, and they're going to get pretty serious pretty fast. And I think remembering who we are and why we do this, and the joy for why we've all gathered together, is really important. So with that, Leah, I would love for you to walk us through our values, because they really are what makes the salon what it is. And just as a reminder, the values that Leah's about to share are not things that we aspire to be. It's what this community already is, and we just want to reinforce.
Okay, I am having some trouble pulling up the salon page on my computer, so I'm going to read it off of what you're sharing, Kyle, which I don't normally do, but that is what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so our first value is curiosity. Curiosity is why Kyle and I started the salon to begin with. We had a conversation and we had a lot of questions, and we were really excited and we were curious. And we said, let's bring a group of people together every other Tuesday night, and let's just see what we can learn and play. So we're eager to learn new things, ask questions. Generosity. We're willing to share our knowledge, resources, and willing to share our knowledge, resources, and
oh,
I think she clicked the wrong button.
She bolted herself out of here. I'll continue this till she comes back in. So we're willing to share our knowledge, resources, and feedback with others, and to support each other's growth and development. There's so much to learn we can't possibly keep up. Even if it's obvious to you, it might not be obvious to the person next to you. Share as you learn. This one's super important. And there's one of the things we've been thinking about is leadership. So within the salon, within this community, there's a lot of leaders emerging, and there's a lot of different ways to lead, and leading with generosity is something that this community has in spades, and something we want to keep reinforcing. I don't know, is Leah back? I don't see. No. Okay. Exploration. We're excited to try new things, to take risks, to embrace uncertainty and ambiguity. Act as if no one knows what they're doing, because no one knows what they're doing. I think this continues to be the case. Is that Leah being asked to be let back in? I think it might be. Hang on. Let me see. I might need to let her in.
Okay, I think I'm back in. I think I'm on.
Okay.
There?
Welcome back. Yeah.
The internet connection here just dropped out, so it's a little bit wonky. So Kyle, why don't you keep going on with the values, and I'll make sure that we're back on and running here.
Okay, cool. Act as if no one knows what they're doing, because no one knows what they're doing. That the idea of embracing learning about AI with a sense of adventure and exploration. Super important. And because things are going to keep changing, this is going to, you know, keep us on our toes. And so we don't want to get stagnant. Collaboration, we look for opportunities to work with others, to exchange ideas, to create something greater than ourselves, which I would argue that the salon already is. Find a partner or a posse, start a project, start 10. We won't judge you. And who knows, you just might make a friend or the next billion-dollar venture, which is fun. Inclusion, we actively seek out and value diverse perspectives and experiences, recognizing that our differences make us stronger. We create an environment where everyone feels heard and respected, where everyone has an equal opportunity to contribute and succeed. Everyone's coming from, you know, all different walks of life, all different levels of experience. And this one's, it's really important because people with different perspectives are going to come in and look at the exact same problem in a completely different way. And it might, you know, provide a solution for you never would have considered. Empathy. We're mindful of the impact of our work on others. We strive to create work that is respectful and inclusive and meaningful. AI is one of the most transformative technological advances in humanity. Humans matter. Take each other in, act from a place of compassion. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of anger. All the Scarlett Johansson sort of blowback on Sam Altman and OpenAI right now is, you know, it's kind of a relief valve for a lot of the fear and anger going on. So we want to make sure that the salon is a place where people come in. When people come in, if they're in that place of fear or if they're angry about something, that we take the time to you know, understand where that's coming from, because it's out there and it's an important part of the transition we're all in the middle of. And then the last one is gratitude. We believe that gratitude is a practice. It's not just a feeling, but an action. Take the time to acknowledge the efforts, support, and successes of the extraordinary people in this community. Especially if someone inspires you, go out of your way to acknowledge them, tag them in your post, reach out and let them know that they made a difference. And this I see all the time, but again, I think it's, for me personally, this is one of the ones that I need to keep reminding myself of, because it's easy to feel gratitude for someone, but to go out of your way to actually say it is a practice. And it's one that I have to keep practicing all the time. So anyway, yeah, that's that. Any other thoughts, Leah?
Okay, I think I'm back. Thank you for working with my internet connection. Yeah, I think it's really important. I like what you said, that this isn't about who we want to be. This is about who we are. Mm-hmm. And I think that it really has helped give us a guide since we started the salon to sort of, you know, who are you and who am I and what is it that we wanted to build? And this is where we are right now.
Yep, beautiful. So what I'll do, if you're new here and you haven't been to the salon, I'm going to give you just a little bit of a tour of the interface of the salon website. In the upper little section here, the feed is basically just like a feed of everything that you're subscribed to. So if you want to just get caught up on everything, go up to the feed. I sometimes forget that's there. I jump into the little, you know, sub communities and sub areas. But if you really just want to scroll through kind of what's new since you've been here, the feed is a good place to start. Salon info is just that, you know, welcome to the salon, about the community, announcements, things like that. Good information up there. If you're brand new, check all that stuff out. The community section is one of my favorite sections. If you have not introduced yourself, part of what tonight's about is to introduce ourselves to one another, and in many cases, reintroduce ourselves to one another. If you haven't done that officially on the salon, I encourage you to do that. Be generous with your introduction. Talk about who you are, what you're up to, you know, what you have to offer, but also, you know, where you might need support. Salon events and media, the past recordings are in there. I changed the name of this section. The section underneath salon events is now called Play First, and really reinforcing this idea of play. This is a list that I maintain of a bunch of AI tools, but it also is, if you're just getting started in AI, this is a little sort of 3-step primer for how to do it, how to attack it, And even though things are changing all the time, if you sort of play first and then, do all your learning in this playful kind of way, then you can learn enough to shift into phase 2, which is mindfully take these tools and create things in a very intentional way. And then, as you build all that, do that generously and lead within the community, sort of learning and teaching and sharing can be really powerful. And then below that is just this ever-growing list of tools that I maintain. It needs some updates because there were a lot of announcements this week that I haven't caught up with. But if you're just getting started, this is a great place to do it. There's also Ask for Help. So if you've got really specific questions, do that. The water cooler is a fun place where you can talk about news or just whatever's going on. News is a really powerful place. Brandon did an amazing post on like a roundup of what Microsoft announced yesterday and today. So I'll talk about that in a bit. And there's even a shameless self-promotion. So if you have something going on or some sort of event, you can go ahead and share it off there. In the show off your work section, this is kind of a show and tell section for images, music, video and animation, and GPTs. And then we've got guilds. So guilds are collections of sub-communities. So we've got a creative guild, a business guild, a technology guild, and a social impact guild. And with that, let me turn it over to anyone on the call who is a guild leader. Go ahead and raise your hand and give us an update on what's going on with your guild or anything going on in the community that you think is worth sharing.
Ooh.
Let's see.
All right. So Vicky.
Yeah. I didn't mean to go first, but no one else was doing it. So I finally have news for the Ethics Guild. We have our first meeting is going to be on Monday, June 3rd. Sorry, I have to look at my calendar. Monday, June 3rd. And Dr. Tony Ram is going to talk about the basics of ethics in AI. So I'm looking forward to that.
Fantastic. What is it, June 3rd? And you've got, the calendar is, where's the calendar for that?
Calendar is updated. It's in events and it's also in the Ethics Guild as well.
Okay, terrific. Awesome. Peter Kaminsky.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Leah. I host Learn and Do with Peter, and I usually have a couple meetings a week. They're not scheduled. They're not regularly scheduled. They're irregularly scheduled, and I announce them a couple days in advance usually. This week we've got 2 1-hour mid-journey jams. Kind of. We did our first one earlier today. We had a lot of fun. We're taking advantage of a new mid-journey feature called private rooms, where just your buddies can get together in a room with you and play off each other's images and stuff. So we had a lot of fun doing that. We'll do that again Thursday, and then I'm going to have another session on Friday, which may do a little mid-journey. It's more likely going to be LLMs and maybe some basic computer stuff that we like to do also. So drop on by, and the link's in the chat.
Terrific. Thank you, Peter. John Leland.
Hello. My name is John Leland, and I'm the John in Video with John, which is the creative guild for video creators. And I am a longtime many decade video creator and love all the opportunities to be more creative and use AI tools. I led my first video guild session, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, and we had demos of the HeyGen URL to ads functionality, where you can almost automatically generate a video ad for a business. Jeannie did that demo, and then Kyle came on and showed us how to make animated avatar characters using Adobe Express, and there's a recording of that session up inside the guild. And thanks to Peter Kaminsky, I put it on YouTube as well, so easy to access. The next session has not been scheduled, but I'm thinking about doing a demo of Riverside which is so much more than a recording platform now. It does do higher quality recording of long-term formats. They're now using AI to do things like eliminate all the ums and the ahs, which if you're familiar with the Descript editing program, they're going directly after them. But I like it because the recording and all these editing features, and more than I want to get into detail right now, are all under one roof. And they're doing, transcript-based editing, summaries and chapters and a bunch of cool stuff. So I think I'm going to show that in the near future. Love to see you around the Video Guild. Video is happening, people. lots more video announcements coming from Google, from OpenAI, from down the line. So love to see it around the salon.
Awesome. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Great. Any other updates from Guild leadership? Danielle, I think you had a new a new Mad Lib one. Did it not?
Yeah. I just posted the 20th one.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. So hi guys, if I haven't met you, I'm Danielle. When Kyle and Leah first opened up this whole space, I hit up Kyle and said, hey, you remember Mad Libs? And so that's what kind of got this going. I thought about how maybe just filling in the blanks, for to help come up with prompts basically, and see what we could all come up with make a different image with the same basic prompt, but just filling in different words. And so that's how this whole thing came to fruition. So they're fun. They can, it's just interesting to see how different everyone's images can be. And I'm like very humbled by many of your pictures compared to mine a lot of the time. So yeah, if you're more than welcome to come join us. It's not a competition, even, it's just for fun, to get ideas from each other. I mean, I don't have much time for real art anymore, because even though that's a passion of mine, but AI art really gives me that quick fix. So anyway, so yeah, come on over, play along.
Great, fantastic. Thank
I
you.
I want to jump in and just say what a delight the Mad Libs are. I think something I think a lot about as a creative person, and the head of the creative guild, is how do we work small bits of creativity into our lives every day, right? How do we just what's one small hack we can do to make something, to make a thing? And I find generative AI is a wonderful tool for that. And the Mad Libs are just fun. It's really easy, copy and paste, put a few things in, and it's a good start. Get started generating other things too.
Yep, fantastic. Beautiful. All right. I do want to hit a little bit of news, because there was a lot. I'm not going to dig deep into this because I want to get to the fun part of the conversation. But over the past 2 days, Microsoft has been making a lot of announcements. As I mentioned before, Brandon did a really good roundup post. So if you go to the news channel in the salon, Microsoft's Big Day, it's got a bunch of links to YouTube videos and, sort of like a 9-minute recap of all the things they announced, a couple of the big things. And for the Microsoft thing in particular, I didn't have enough time to digest a bunch of this stuff. So if anyone's got any other insights they think are important, feel free to raise your hand and jump in. A couple of the big announcements that I thought were significant. They've created a new kind of computer architecture that I guess is part of the Surface line, but I assume it's going to go beyond that, called Copilot Plus PC. That Brandon put this, that the chips in this computer can do 40 trillion operations. Is it per second, per minute? I don't know. Some ridiculous amount of operations. But basically what it means is they're able to do a tremendous amount of local AI processing. which then enables the product that they created called Recall, which people that are afraid of AI are hating on this a lot. But basically what it does is it just watches everything you do on your computer and it remembers it all, and you can recall it, right? So you can just say, hey, I was looking at that purse, a couple hours ago, what was it? And it'll know what site it was, or it'll take you straight back to that screenshot. So it's constantly taking screenshots and then ingesting them into its memory and allowing you to recall things. So pretty interesting. But they made it a point to say that all of that processing is happening locally. This is a thing where I think Apple's got some trust there. I don't know that Microsoft does, probably more so than someone like Google, but I think that's pretty interesting. And then they also talked about, their CTO talked about the fact that he kind of countered the argument that's out there that we've hit a plateau, and just sort of throwing more compute at these models, they're not going to get much better than this. The CTO basically came out and said, no, we are like it's going to get better. Sam Altman showed up at the event today. That's about all I have on it. Does anyone have anything they want to add to what Microsoft announced that they think's a big deal that's worth noting? Yeah, whoever raised their hand, jump in.
Yeah, so just adding in, and there's a lot of great video clips there. But the one thing that I took away with that is that this is going to be the watershed moment for businesses to get in, because not only is Microsoft infusing AI into everything that they do, from Teams to Word to PowerPoint, but it's also making it generally available to developers at this conference to do things like put an AI. Like we all saw the demonstration earlier this week with not Scarlett Johansson doing real-time translation and real-time conversation. They demoed a person interacting with a retail website where they were trying to buy a shoe, and they literally hold up a shoe to the camera like, is this a good shoe for hiking? And they're like, no, you should buy this shoe. He goes, okay, gracias, and things like de nada. So it just real-time, like the future's gonna be wild.
Yep, great. Someone else raised their hand.
Yeah, I always watch Matt Wolf. He's the go-to guy for the recaps, and he was at both events. And the big thing is the multimodal capabilities are really getting very real.
Yep.
So not only to get natural language like Scarlett Johansson talking to you, which isn't a bad thing to have happen, as far as I'm concerned, but also the interactivity of taking a look at code on my screen and asking questions about it. That level of interactivity is far beyond anything. It's at that sort of AGI level where it's interacting with you like it's another human being. And it can play games with you and then also look at your screen and what you're doing. And then the agents are now the next stage, which is go out and do stuff for me. So book all my trips for this summer, including air flights, and pay for everything. Order me a pizza tonight. And, so it's a Siri on steroids, or Alexa on steroids, or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
That seems to be the big pivotal moment. I always watch Matt Wolf because he's fun. 45 minutes every. He's been doing it 3 times a week because there's so much new news.
Yep, I know, it's crazy. It's nuts.
Both Google and Microsoft doing it at the same time, and OpenAI. It's a triple every day. There's 1,000 new things that we just never dreamed about.
Yeah, exactly. Does someone else have their hand up?
We have 2 more people in hand. Dr. Brito is next.
Kyle, I was curious. Did any of you watch Google I/O?
I watched a little bit of it.
Well, you got to see some of the stuff they're trying to do. I can't say it's great. My interest is mainly the music side of it, music composition using AI. And what was interesting is they've got something known as AI Music Sandbox. Mm-hmm. It's really funny. You can hum into it and it'll produce a song.
Yep.
That was what they were showcasing. I don't think they've released anything yet, but there are a lot of other things which they're doing. I think they're going head to head with Microsoft. At least,
well, they're trying. They're not releasing a lot, and that music, a lot of the music stuff they showed has been out for 6 or 8 months. So it's. I think Microsoft and OpenAI definitely have the lead. Google's playing catch up, but they've got some stuff in the hopper.
Okay,
Paul.
Yes. Did Microsoft say anything about OpenAI producing an app for the PC? I know Mac already has one, but some of my friends on PCs are wondering about that.
Wait, ask the question again. Did they announce what?
An app for PCs. They have an app for Mac OS.
Yes.
And
so Microsoft Copilot app, can do the thing where it's got vision. So one of the things we talked about was when OpenAI announced the Mac app, we're like, well, wait, isn't Microsoft your big investor? Well, Microsoft was taking care of the Windows version. So yes. Yep, that's coming. I also just realized I thought I was sharing my screen before and I wasn't. It's comedy. All right. So anyway, I had charts and graphs. OpenAI. Okay, so let me just walk through the OpenAI stuff. So this was a week ago today or yesterday. They announced ChatGPT 4.0, which is the worst name because the previous product was called ChatGPT 4.0. But anyway, so it's ChatGPT 4 Omni. A couple of things about it. It's much faster and cheaper than the LLM version of ChatGPT. Plus, it's multimodal. The only thing that's live right now is essentially the LLM version of GPT 4.0 for GPT Plus members. They announced a lot of things. Almost none of it is actually available. So one of the things they announced is that ChatGPT 4 is going to be free for all users. That's coming. Custom GPT access, for all the GPTs we've built is coming. When? In coming weeks, they said. We don't know what that means. They didn't say later in the year, like most of Google's announcements were later in the year. But that's coming. True multimodal tool, even though GPT 4.0 is truly multimodal, they haven't actually released the voice, the real-time voice is coming. And the image generation tool that's part of GPT 4.0 is also not there. So when you generate images using GPT 4.0, it's actually calling DALL-E 3. So a lot of this has been very confusing, and there's a lot of sort of commentary about, oh, it's not as good as I thought it would be. A lot of what people are commenting on is old technology. So just know that there's a lot of stuff that's coming. The ScarJo PR disaster, I feel could delay them releasing things like real-time voice, just because lawyers are now involved, and so hopefully they cut a deal with her and it's done, but whatever. If you don't know what happened, Sam Altman approached Scarlett Johansson 6 months ago in September and said, hey, would you be the voice of this new thing that's coming? She declined it. And then apparently 2 days before they announced this, he reached back out to her and said, would you reconsider? And before they responded to OpenAI, they just launched it. They launched it with a voice that's not her. It's some other voice actress's voice, but it's very close to her, close enough that she put out a statement saying, hey, these guys were jerks. I think this is really bad just overall. I think it gives the haters, more of an opportunity to hate, but we'll see. I mean, it's fascinating times, and it's evidence to me that, it starts to make sense why Ilyas Sutskever and Jan, the people that were heading up super alignment for OpenAI, why they left. Sam is sort of accelerating releasing things and sort of, asking forgiveness rather than permission. And so it seems like that's where OpenAI is headed. Their Mac app is still not quite out. And this is the one that uses, it'll be able to see what you do on your computer and assist with that. What was not announced as part of the GPT 4.0 announcement was autonomous actions, which Rick, you were just talking about, and GPT 5. Those are apparently still coming, probably, I'm guessing June or July, so not that far away. So we have a lot that's to come from OpenAI, from Microsoft, and from Google. But yeah, like there's a lot coming. So anyway, any questions or thoughts or any news that I missed? That's all the news that I have. But I thought those were biggies.
I have a side note on the Mac app, which is the Mac app is out. At least it was offered to me as a pro subscriber.
Yeah.
It does require Apple Silicon.
Yep.
So you have to have an M1 or above chip in order to run it, which I don't have, so that sucks. But anyway.
Yeah. And I got it with one of my accounts, and I played with it a bit. It's not using the new voice, and it doesn't really do the vision stuff yet. So I haven't quite figured out what's the purpose of it. Yes, somebody raised their hand.
Danielle.
That would be me.
Hello.
And I would like to whine real quick. If anybody, hopefully nobody whines about me whining. I don't have the M1 chip because I bought my Mac the year before that thing came out. And so now I'm stuck in a place where I have to upgrade in order to be able to have that functionality. And so I'm pissed. So, and either way, if I would have to upgrade to also, if I went to the Microsoft, whatever thing that they came out with. So like what, I feel like there's like a monopoly, like you're screwed either way. Like, okay, you're stuck with the old like Stone Age, or you have to spend $1,000 to go and upgrade to, well, with Mac, it would be like $2,000, but with, I'm like mad. Why can't they just make it an app? Anyway, that's all.
If you've got an iPhone, you should be able to do it somehow in conjunction with your iPhone camera. It'll probably work decently.
I know, but the thing is, I wanted it to be able to like read my freaking screen.
Yeah, you should be able to do that even with a phone. But I know it's a pain in the ass. It's, that's where we are. Okay. All right. So, Leah, are you ready to shift gears?
I am ready to shift gears in so many ways. But certainly right here in the salon right now, I'm ready to shift.
So here's what we're going to do. So the what we're calling these meetings are AI Salon meet and greets. And if you've been here for a while, you know that the format used to be during the first hour, we would do a little bit of news, and then we would have people introduce themselves. And when we had 10 people showing up or 7 people showing up, that only took a few minutes. And then it started to take so long that there wasn't enough time for speakers. And so what we're going to do is we're going to dedicate this meeting to getting to know one another, but we're going to do it in a very focused kind of way. So my request here is that there's a couple of things. One of the things I will promise you is what this is not is just sort of one of those awkward corporate icebreaker, like, tell someone who your spirit animal is. I would like
to know who your spirit animal is, though, Kyle.
Yeah, probably a panther.
Excellent. Okay.
I've done some work, and it was funny when I actually did work on that. What I came up with was cougar, but then I realized after doing the work, like cougar has other meanings. So
you're definitely an attractive middle-aged woman for sure.
Thank you very much. So what I want to do is, as we go around and introduce ourselves, I want to have the chat be very, very active. So I'm gonna walk through how I want everyone to introduce themselves. We're gonna have you all raise your hand. We're gonna give you 2 minutes. So these are gonna be really tight introductions. And I want you to share things in a very particular way. And then I want everyone sort of participating in the chat as people are introducing themselves. Sort of raise your hand and connect with them. So the whole idea here is to get people to know one another and to sort of figure out where people are that are on a similar journey as you, and to be able to connect with them. So jot this down, because I'm going to turn the screen share off here in a second. And so jot down what I'm about to say, but someone just raised their hand. Yeah, question.
No, I don't have a question. I was just going to be first in line.
Oh, good. Awesome.
What I did.
Okay, well, keep your hand raised. We're going to go through how exactly we're going to do it, and Kyle and I will demo. So we have,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you're going to have 2 minutes. So nice and tight. And we're going to ask you 5 things. First one is just kind of dog tags. What's your name? Where are you? And what do you do? And define what you do, however you'd like. And then 4 specific things we want you to share. The first one is, what is stuff in AI that you're playing with, right? What's stuff that's kind of in primordial soup in your head? You're just playing. The second thing we want you to talk about is, what are you creating, or what's projects you're working on? What are you now building where you've got some level of mastery with the tools you're playing with, where you're now building something, or something that you want to build? So as people are talking and they share about, here's something I'm learning, either mark that down or say, hey, I'm learning that too. Do it in the chat. So I want the chat to be active as people are going through this. The third thing is, what can you offer? What can you offer to someone else in the salon? Maybe you're good at branding. Maybe you've gotten really good at a particular tool. Maybe you're just like, I can offer you emotional support if you get stuck. And then the fourth one, and this one I think is really powerful. Where do you need help, right? Where do you want support? And so kind of jot these down and start thinking about these. But my deep request is, as other people are doing this kind of in real time, be commenting in the chat. Hey, I'm in the same place, or I can help you with that, or I'd love to connect on that project you're doing because I'm doing something similar. And then when you finish introducing yourself, jump into the chat and see if anyone connected with you, and then connect with them offline. The other thing that Leah and I are going to do as we go through this is we're going to be listening for themes. So it's very possible that we'll do these and we end up and we have half an hour left, or some amount of time left. We may just decide to end the meeting early. That's a possibility. But also, as we hear people sort of talk about where they are with AI, where they are on this journey, we're going to be listening to themes. So we might open up the conversation at the end of the meeting. So makes sense?
I'm going to add something else. We're recording this meeting, and we will also use LLMs to help us understand bigger themes too.
Yep, exactly. Yep. All right. So Leah, why don't you go first, and then I'll go, and then I'm going to turn off screen sharing and we'll start going. And listen, here's my request. Even if you're shy, this is really important for the community. So please raise your hand. I would love for 100% of the people on this call to introduce themselves.
Yeah. And I would say too, if you're shy or you don't want to go on a call, practice. We're a nice group. Turn your camera on and give this a shot. We're giving you a structure and an opportunity to practice this skill, which I have learned is a really good skill to have as I've gotten better at, and you've watched over the past year. So I would encourage you to turn your camera. So hello, I'm Leah Fasten, your co-host and co-founder of the AI Salon. I am a commercial photographer. My permanent address is in Cape Cod in Massachusetts, but I spend a lot of time in Boston, New York, and San Francisco as well. I lived in the Bay Area for 10 years, and I still consider it a little bit my home. I am right now playing with creating generative imagery trained on different variations of my photography. And I recently found a lens cap that has a plastic disposable camera lens in the lens cap. So when I put the lens cap on my Canon R6 body, I make images that look like they were made with a plastic camera. And it's very fun and a very fun tool to play with. I play with it. And now what I've started to do is take those images and using them as style references in Midjourney, so I can get images that look like this in Midjourney that have a sort of plastic camera look to them. And that's what I've been working on this week. I'm pretty excited about that. And I will put together a post for our workshop in the Creative Guild going over a little bit more about how I'm doing that and what I'm doing once I have a few more images to share. Look for that towards the end of next week. Okay, and so that is what I can offer is support and help on your journey as you make images that feel and look like photographs using generative tools. So please reach out and let me know how I can help. And where I need your help right now is joining our the 2D lab in the Creative Guild and sharing long form some of the things that you're working on. Join the Creative Guild, and then we have a 2D workshop, and you'll see the article are articles people have written that have a little bit more detail into the creative visual projects that you're working on.
Awesome.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you. Thanks all.
Hey, I'm Kyle Shannon. I'm in Denver, Colorado. I'm the CEO of a company called Storyvine. We're a 12-year-old automated video production company. I also do this in the AI Learning Lab on TikTok. One of the things that I'm playing with right now that I keep trying to steer away from it, I keep getting drawn back into it, is making music with AI. So things like Udio and Suno, although I've sort of left Suno and I'm playing more with Udio because they keep upgrading it and making changes to it. I'm also working on a musical, which I haven't thought about writing something for the theater in 30 years. So AI has me playing in an area. So I guess that's one of the things I'm creating is the musical. I'm also creating right now, I've created in a number of different groups that I'm in, digital twins, so custom GPTs that are based on interviews of people that then becomes a digital twin of that person. And the current project, like now that we've built these things, what I've realized is we don't know how to use them. Like, how do you use a digital twin? Who would use a digital twin? When? Why? All that sort of stuff. So that's the thing that I'm sort of in the middle of building, is like building an understanding of how do I use the thing that I've built. So that I find pretty wild. What I can offer you is, obviously I've got a lot of enthusiasm about this stuff, enthusiasm about AI, but also maybe some perspective or how you can apply AI to specific situations. And then where I could use help is to hold me accountable. I am out there a lot. I am making a lot of promises and saying I'm going to do this, that, and the other. If I have done that and I have dropped the ball, my request is that you feel free to reach out and say, hey, Kyle, what about that thing where you didn't do that? So that's my request. All right. So that's about it. Nice.
I just want to jump in real quick, and I want to say Brandon Kidd, thank you, is going to be our timekeeper. So Brandon, do you want to just hop on real quick and introduce yourself and let people know who you are and how you'll be letting them know how we'll be keeping time and what we'll be doing?
Yeah, so I'm Brandon Tidd. I am born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. Might as well just do my 2 minutes now and get that out of the way. I am an AI enthusiast. I am a software consultant by trade. And I am currently playing with custom GPTs and custom copilots, getting to know that ecosystem well and trying to figure out how we can help clients with brand awareness and marketing in the generative AI space. Also have a movie idea rattling around in my head that I want to use ChatGPT to help me go to the next level with that.
Cool.
I can offer help with prompting and making the ChatGPTs, copilots, and just general understanding of what is out there in the landscape. So if anybody has questions about how to publish a custom GPT or how to get your GPT listed in the Copilot ecosystem, I'm more than happy to help with that. Where I would love help is I was really inspired by Kyle. The name of the gentleman, is it Jim Ross?
Yeah.
Who leveraged GPT to help tornado victims in one of his markets. And
yeah.
I would love to figure out a way to leverage AI to help scale solutions for people in need. But I don't even know where to start with that. As far as the timer goes, I'm going to raise my hand twice. So you'll hear that prompt twice at the 2-minute mark, and that should be hopefully enough to let you know it's time to wrap up.
Brandon, you don't hear me when you raise your hand.
Well, there goes that theory. I can. Is that doing anything if I clap in the?
No.
As long as no one else emotes at the same time, you're fine.
You can just go ding. It'll be like the Gemini bear version of a.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
One more request I have is for you to add links and things into the chat, right? So LinkedIn, website, projects you're working on, something you want to share from the salon, please include them in the chat as well. Okay.
Beautiful. Okay. So, Matt K, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I need the timer on my watch because if I don't, like, I'll just talk forever. So, my name is Matt Carabinos. I am also called Mr. K all day on TikTok and Instagram. And see, people are emoting, they know. But I'm also on LinkedIn as well. I try to stay as active as I can with a toddler at home, so I do my best. But I'm currently working on right now. I need to go back to my notes.
Oh, wait, you went mute.
No, I make videos all the time about
I pretty much use ChatGPT because I've created custom GPTs that pretty much do everything I need it to do. So I don't even need those other programs anymore. I've created a curriculum consultant, a gamified lesson maker. So I type in a lesson idea and it gamifies it for me. Right now, ChatGPT created lessons have a 95% success rate in my classroom, judged by a student thumbs up or middle thumbs or down thumbs. So students love the lessons that have been created by AI. They're very engaging. I can offer any help on anyone that's curious about how AI is involved with education. So how AI is being involved, or in my case, how AI is being not involved in education, because I just got told that I'm not even allowed to talk about AI anymore with my students, which is very disheartening. If you watch my TikToks, it's like literally all I do is talk about AI in education. And then my admin pretty much said, yeah, you can't do that anymore because there's no policy. So I've been very active on LinkedIn trying to like figure out where policy comes from, guidelines, everything. I've been trying to figure out how to convince people in my area. I have my big chance this summer, and this goes to my last point. My timer's going off, but this goes to my last point this summer. I'm doing a big training for the schools in my area to kind of introduce them to how teachers can use AI. And for some of them, this is going to be the first time they've ever dealt with anything AI. So any suggestions from people how to approach talking about AI with people who are like afraid or fearful of AI. I live in a very conservative area, so people are generally fearful of change and new things. So I just need a way to kind of get across to them that this is something that's not going away and it's going to be in our system forever. So I went a little over, I apologize, but there you go.
Yeah, connect with Kelly Camp if you haven't, Mr. K, because she's got some good icebreaker stuff that she's gotten really good at. Who's next? Let's see. Rachel Rowland.
Hi, I'm Rachel Rowland. I live in Denver, Colorado, and I am a consulting data scientist, and I have a product that I have built. And my pipeline is like the main thing that I'm interested in. And basically what I do is I take things like LinkedIn or transcripts or video or social media or product reviews, and then I can tell you a bunch of different things about them. And so I sell that to different clients. And so one of the things I'm playing with right now is like, I did a case study for duct tape. And so I can tell you like 1,000 different uses for duct tape. And so I'm starting to generate content around, groups of videos or uses of duct tape or things like that. And so I'm experimenting with like video creation, script creation, all the things that go around that. And I am not an artist, or that is like a new experience for me, and it's very interesting. And so I'm trying to learn there. So as I create this stuff, like, I would love more feedback potentially, or more like just thoughts. And so, yeah, I as far as what I can offer, I was just meeting with somebody, and I'm going to try to help her like understand how her LinkedIn influencing is doing. So if you have use cases where you'd like to talk about, using my pipeline, I do new use cases for free because I hope to generate more business that way. Yeah. Where do I need help? I would say, gosh, just feedback on anything I share, or thoughts you have around content creation, be that audio, video, text, any of the above.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Fantastic. Thank you, Rachel. Do me a favor. If you haven't raised your hand yet, raise your hand. We've got about 8 or 9 people in the queue and 36 people in the room. So raise your hand and get in line. And then Roger Scott, you are up, young artist.
Hi, I'm Roger Scott, and I live in Boulder, Colorado, which is not too far from Denver. I'm a retired software engineer. So what I do is mainly have fun and love living in Colorado. Still mainly playing with generative image stuff, particularly mainly Midjourney. Just like to create artsy stuff with Midjourney. I was not an artist before, so this is definitely a new thing, but it's been tons of fun. And so that kind of covers what I'm playing with and what I'm creating. I'm also very interested in AI ethics issues, and I'm involved in a couple of different organizations that are starting to stick their toe into that water. As far as what I can offer, if anyone's interested in like the more technical side of stuff, I'm reasonably knowledgeable about that. And over in the in Pate's machinery under the hood, or whatever we call it these days, guild. If people want to ask questions, there's a couple of people, Pate and me, a couple other people who can answer that sort of stuff. I also, at this point, have a reasonable amount of experience in prompting these image tools, particularly Midjourney, and getting how to produce effects, and also quite a bit of accumulated knowledge about how to make it not do things you don't want it to do, which is sometimes the less obvious problem with prompting. So I'm pretty good with that. I'm always looking to get new ideas about how to make these tools do crazy things, which of course Peter is a font of weirdness knowledge on that front. Crazy new ways to torture these machines and make them do wonderful things, and we're definitely kindred spirits there. So that's about it.
Great. And where could you use input, or did you say that?
Just I'm still ideas about how to get weird and wonderful stuff out of these.
Got it.
Tools.
Awesome. Thank you, Roger. Angela.
I love being after Roger because we volunteer together and know each other. So hi, Roger.
Oh, that's great.
I'm Angela Green Urbacheski. Normally I'm in the Denver metro area, but today I'm enjoying tornadoes in Iowa, where I also do business. So thrilled to be here. There's no electricity, so I get to be on my phone. I run RevOp AI, and we are an AI implementation consulting firm for small and mid-sized businesses, and we offer fractional CMO services. So really, our expertise is in that marketing, sales, revenue, customer experience, tech stack space. And now I'm going to have to go to my notes on what I'm playing with right now. Is a really poor GPT for AI use policies. So whoever's working on that in education, I don't think that was Brandon, it was somebody else. Happy to get that to you. It's a really, really loose framework that gives you some things to think about. What I'm creating, I'm doing a lot of work around AI change management for workforce development, and that goes to my offer. So had an opportunity to sit down with Google and state agencies and other AI implementation companies and government and university educators last week to really talk about how we retrain the workforce. And so we'll be offering, it's actually tomorrow, AI and the future of work in cooperation with an HR company that has really great AI in their tools, but just talking about the tools that are out there and approaching retraining. So I'll pop that in the chat. And where I could use help and support, I love to talk to people. I was a scaler on the sales and marketing side for most of my career, not a developer. So love to talk go-to-market strategy on your ideas and your software products, and happy to share some wisdom on some things that you might want to think about in that.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you. Jeff Gray.
Hello, I'm Jeff Gray. I'm from Minnesota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I've been in the apparel world for my entire life. I own a company with my brothers called Creative Apparel Concepts, and we design apparel and we sell it to large customers like Target, Walmart, Costco, Disney, places like that. We do a lot of custom work. We have a lot of artists. And when I first came into contact with AI, I wanted to really figure out a way I could get involved and bring it to the world that I know. And so I actually stopped working in my company. I'm still own my company, but I stopped working in my company and left to start a new company called RoboArt Labs. And I'm making it super easy to create AI art and be able to print it on demand. But I'm going to be able to have an embeddable app for retailers that will be able to give them this whole new experience. So, for example, Target, if Target was interested, we're going to create seasonal programs, and maybe we create a seasonal ugly sweater program that they can then offer their customers through an embeddable app. And they'll be, people will be able to come to their site and design their own ugly sweater and be able to order it for print on demand. And that's what I've been working on for the last 18 months. Tech has been a huge challenge for me. I'm not a tech guy at all. It's hard for me to plug in a computer, but it's the tech part has been really hard for me. I'm working on my third. I have 3 tech companies that I've been working with. It's not at all like building apparel. It's totally a different world. Right now, some of the new things that I'm doing, I'm hiring some consultants to help me train character. So I have some use cases, because one of the things I want to get into is licensing. I want to be able to pay the artists and licensing companies. So I'm actually training a character and going to come up with some examples of what you can do with it as a use case to show and hopefully get more licenses for our platform, which will give us a really nice edge. So we're working on training characters. We're looking on creating design workflows, specific workflows to with Comfy UI. I don't know how to use Comfy UI, but I'm actually time.
Yep.
Jeff, we're at that.
Okay, but anyway, I need lots of help, so if you have any ideas, let me know.
Great. Thanks, Jeff. Peter Kaminsky.
Thank you. So my name is Peter Kaminsky. I'm in San Diego, California, on unceded Kumeyaay lands. What I do for my day job is startups, management consulting in products and software. The AI stuff I'm playing with right now is a lot of Midjourney, a lot of Midjourney, for better or for worse, and also building tools for thought for the age of conversational AI. The way that we've been managing knowledge and stuff like that is really going to change when you can just chat with your bot. The things I'm building with AI or want to build, I'm doing a lot of software development with AI, especially for non-programmers. I'm a software developer, but I want more people to build more software. And you can do it pretty well with chatbots now. I'm also building courses and seminars on learning how to work with AI. The things I can offer, kind of, if you think I've got a startup background, so it's kind of that product architecture for web and software stuff, thinking through other things that startups need, like product marketing fit, or how to think about funding, getting funded or not. Sometimes you don't want to. I can offer a lot through the Learn and Do with Peter Guild. So you can learn about tech there, Jeff. LLMs, image generators, personal and team knowledge management with Obsidian and Git, which is near and dear to my heart, believe it or not. And also building software, even if you're not a programmer. I need support on marketing and sales for my AI education stuff. And I would also love to chat with a professional fine art curator. And that's me. Thanks.
Yeah, I think marketing on AI education is probably an area that a lot of people could use help. So it might even be worth, coordinate and chat or whatever, but put together a little working group, because that feels like one of those projects. Like right now we work on projects like, let's go build an AI thing. It might be interesting to coalesce a little group to put together, a marketing group where, I don't know, you co-market or at least learn together.
Would love to. That's great.
Great. Awesome. Thank you, Peter. TG.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just wanted to check. My name is John Deal. TG, that's my other login. I don't know how that.
John, it's John?
Yeah, John Deal. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I live in Arizona. I was a programmer for many years. Now I'm a project manager at IBM. So we do a lot of AI stuff at IBM. They've kind of branded themselves now as an AI company. So whether you want to learn AI or not, you will be learning AI at IBM. We have like weekly mandatory meetings and everything, which is good. Some of the things I am playing with right now is Udio. I'm doing like parodies and just silly stuff there, nothing really serious. Like to do graphics and video and automation and marketing, primarily for social media, to find out a way to generate like avatars and just sell products there. When am I creating and want to create? I like doing fashion, and some of the graphic programs do a good job at it. It's just not persistent. And you even throw the clothes on a model to see what it looks like. I'd love to see an AI get to a point where you can design a clothing, see how it looks on a person, and then have it automatically create a pattern so you can send it to a textile plant and have them manufacture it. So that's what I would really love to see. As far as the movie and AI part of it, I would love to have better persistence, what I'm calling casting, where you can create like a cast of characters, saying like you have Spider-Man and the Hulk and Thor, and then you can use those characters in scenes as you write prompts to create those. And I know they just added persistence to Midjourney, but I really haven't played with it, so I'm not sure how good it is. But I think that's a big need. What can I offer? I'm a techie. I've been in tech for many decades. Work for IBM. Technically savvy, and I'm into crypto and video games. So if anyone is into any of that, where do I need help? Primarily, what I just said before, learning more about persistence, creating characters for either graphic novels or movies, and also the fashion end of it. So,
fantastic. Beautiful. Thank you, John. Suzanne.
Hello. Hello, everyone. Suzanne Welker-Jorgens. I live in San Francisco. When I first joined the AI Salon last year, I was recently laid off. So I was spending about 10 to 14 hours a day attending AI webinars, in-person events in San Francisco, AI Learning Lab with Kyle in the evening, trying out Gen AI tools, and building GPTs. A few months ago, I got a job at Adobe as a product manager on their Content Zero supply chain, which eventually will include Gen Studio, which is a new tool that they announced at Max, which happy to go over it at some point if you're curious. I have innovation and strategy and tech expertise developing end-to-end processes, workflows, a creative tech stack with automations, integrations to generate marketing content. And I know a lot of you haven't seen me for a bit, but I have been feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the new job and all the new announcements. So, but what I have been working on is like a lot of enterprise companies, which are slow to the game. Adobe finally released Copilot to the office. Wow, amazing. It's stripped down. Nobody can really use it. They also have, they keep releasing every day new AI, Gen AI tools. I think today was Lightroom. But they also have been doing some work in Acrobat with an AI assistant. So I've been trying to play with that. And I got their AI innovation team's attention. So last week I met with them to give them some product feedback and even start looking at some of the new features they have in alpha. So that was really fun to actually give real good feedback on what's working, what's not working. What I can offer is with my expertise and kind of that end-to-end workflows for content, and Gen AI is very focused on content. Happy to meet with you and give feedback on anything you're trying to build or develop. I scale more enterprise, but I can, look into smaller company workflows if that's helpful. I have created over 50 GPTs, so I have a pretty good background in that. So if I know how to optimize them, how to really look at a GPT as if it was a product, like a software product. So happy to take a look. And then later this year, I'm really thinking about shifting into consulting. So anyone who does similar work that I do, maybe in the next few months, would be great to chat.
Great.
Thank you.
And I can vouch for Suzanne. If you're doing anything B2B or any of that process stuff, she's amazing at it. So beautiful. Thank you. Marcia.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to start my timer to keep myself on track. I'm Marcia Hutchinson. I am in Half Moon Bay, California, also the ancestral land of the Ohlone Ramaitash. I'm a woman with sort of length brown hair, olive complected skin, and I'm wearing eyeglasses and a gray t-shirt. I do program management in the tech space. I've been doing that for quite some time. What I'm trying to learn, anything I can learn, just trying to absorb it all. I studied computer science and mathematics, and this whole age is bringing me back to my beginning, and I find it really exciting. So I'm doing everything from watching the deep learning classes from MIT to doing Coursera stuff, and I think Roger and I are on some sessions every now and then, trying to muddle our way through research papers. And I'm muddling a lot slower than the rest, but just trying to learn. What I'm creating, so a little bit about why I gave a visual description of myself, and this will also sort of tie into question number 3 and what I can offer. Digital inclusion, especially when it comes to persons with sensory as well and more cognitive disabilities, is my jam. And so I'm creating, I have a lens to AI towards that, creating some solutions around that in the music space. And also, Kyle, maybe you and I can talk about this. I'm very interested in NVIDIA's digital twin, as well as their Groot reinforcement learning through the robotics training programs in terms of building cities of the future that are accessible. So that's what I'm interested in. What I need help with, nothing right immediately, but just amazing to have a community to be able to bounce ideas off of, learn from, and connect with. So thank you.
Great, thanks. I was just putting in there, Marcia. I've got an intro for you. I'll put it in the chats. So yeah, on the digital twin thing. Great, Rick McCauley.
Hey, how y'all doing? Boy, I got to do this in 2 minutes. Let me see if I can do this. So 15 years as a photojournalist for the Miami Herald, part of the Pulitzer Prize winning team covering Hurricane Andrew. Left there, did desktop publishing, set up desktop publishing and graphic design programs at Barry University, International Fine Arts College. Came to Broward College 23 years ago, been teaching there. Just got finished with educating 279 professors in AI over a 25-hour professional development program that I've designed, and now doing that around the world. So I've done 60 speaking engagements in the last 3 months, and authored 38 books, and basically I'm here to help change the world for good and make sure AI keeps us on track to that goal. My whole thing is about humanizing AI. I'm an artist, photographer for 50 years professionally. So I've done every type of photography, and most of my books are about photography or image making. And I've been on mid-journey since it was version 1.0, and loving the ride there. Tried every single tool there is in Crea and Suno, making music recently with all of those products, and you can see I have some musical instruments and stuff like that. I travel the world. I'm a scuba diver, made over 3,000 scuba dives, and been doing and authoring books about the environment. And yeah, I just want to devote the rest of my life to doing good with AI, and I think it's a huge opportunity if it's driven correctly. So anytime I can be of assistance to any of you in any way, shape, and form, I am of service, and that is my purpose in life. I've been blessed with everything I can imagine beautiful in the world, and I just want to pay it forward. So if I can amplify any of you, especially with my knowledge of AI, I'm spending 60 hours a week devoted to doing this. And I'm going to bot my, oops, that's not the one. I'll put my LinkedIn profile in here, or my bit.ly link in here, so you can find me all over the place. Probably the best place is to start with YouTube, especially if you're an educator, because I've done 50 hours worth of videos that are already up there. In fact, episode 2 of Conversation with Educators is all about ethics. I served in the Photoshop era back in the 90s. I served on 10 different panels at journalism places around the world talking about ethics and journalism, and I'm going to go start that process again at Berkeley University, School of Visual Arts, and a few other places, talking about ethics and this whole navigating all of this. Yeah, I've been kind of busy.
I called you a slacker in the comments. Only 38 books? Come on, dude.
You know, well, wait till next week and it'll be like 45. So
there
yeah.
You go. All right, awesome. So just a reminder, if you haven't raised your hand yet, you know I'm not above calling on you anyway. So raise your hand if you haven't. Claire Jacobs, you're next.
I'm Claire Jacobs. I'm a psychologist.
Wait, we can't quite hear you, Claire.
Yeah, Claire, your microphone is very quiet.
Sounds like your microphone's in another room. This smells like Bluetooth disaster. No. All right, we'll come back to you, Claire. All right, who's next on the list? Kath.
Hey all, good to see you all. Hi, my name is Kath. I live in Northwest New Jersey. I spend a lot of time in Brooklyn because I have family there, and that's where my heart is, honestly. So I'm trying to figure out how to get back to Brooklyn on a more permanent basis. I work as an enrollment advisor, and that really just means I talk to people who have type 2 diabetes most of the day. I work for a startup out of Denver, and they help people with a food as medicine approach to reverse type 2 diabetes and prediabetes. So that's pretty cool.
What's it called?
Verta Health.
Oh yeah. I work in the same building as Verta Health.
You're kidding. I'm going to be there in June. My whole group is coming.
Oh, we'll hang out.
I was going to ask, I'm going to have like 8 hours free on the Sunday before, because I'm going to come in early. So I want to know the one thing I need to do in Denver. So
okay, yeah.
Open ideas.
Okay.
So I've been playing with DALL-E. That was my gateway drug to AI. And then recently I've been wanting to do more with words. And Kyle, you mentioned ideogram, and I just started playing around with that. And also doing word clouds. because we did a lot of free writing and I'm trying to keep up the free writing and I didn't really want to share it regularly. I'm like, oh, if I put it into a word cloud, that's another cool way to share my writing. And I also just recently signed up for Pika so I can start like making little moving pictures, and I'm using Canva a lot more. And what I really need help with is I need help with just being an entrepreneur. I'm more of a worker bee mindset, and I need to really break out of that. So that's something I'm working on. So any thoughts on that? Any help is appreciated. As far as what I can offer, I'm always willing to help or have a conversation or a brainstorm if there's anything you're working on, or if there's a little project you just need something where someone can volunteer maybe to play around with making an image or some kind of graphic that you need for your business. I'm willing to do that because it helps me learn and build skills. So I'm happy to help anybody. I'm always a willing ear. Okay.
Great. And where do you need support? What do you need from the community?
I need to be more entrepreneurial.
The entrepreneurial thing. Great.
Yeah, that's my thing. Help with my LinkedIn and just, yeah.
Okay, good.
How to make money with ChatGPT.
Yeah, exactly. That's great. I think that idea of people who have not been entrepreneurial sort of either choosing to be in it or being forced into it, I think is a theme that we're going to see emerge. So if anyone is in a similar boat, I would encourage you to connect together, create small groups that are making that transition. The other thing about Kath is the one that's coordinating our speakers. So if you have speaker ideas, she's really good at it. But she's created a form. So in the AI Salon, there's an area where if you've got speaker ideas, just fill out the form, and Kath is managing all that. So thank you, Kath. All right, Claire Jacobs.
Hi, I think I'm back. Can you hear me?
You are back.
Yay! Hi, I'm Claire Jacobs. I'm a psychologist in San Antonio, Texas, and I am new to AI, but of course, who isn't? But I'm also new to the world of tech and all of that. So I have been playing, focused playing or energetic mischief or whatever our new term is. A lot of my time I've been experimenting and playing around with Midjourney. I don't feel like I really even know what I'm doing there, but I keep doing it. I generated, I think, 400 images yesterday. So yesterday, yeah, like I didn't know it kept track. Whoa, okay. In addition, I've been playing around and learning some of the different tools that we've been talking about. I made an Irish lullaby last night on Udio, and I really like it. It was really sweet, and it's janky but sweet. And interested in learning and experimenting more with all of those, making little movies and songs and stuff like that. I am here to be somebody's emotional support dog if you need it. I'm happy to support anybody if you have any questions. I don't have a lot of knowledge, but I'm also here to receive support. So I appreciate all of the support and feedback and assistance that the salon provides.
Great.
Thank you all.
I would argue that you have a lot more knowledge than you're giving yourself credit for. Seriously, the amount of work you do in Midjourney is really inspiring. So you may do it in a particular way, but your knowledge runs very deep. So do not apologize.
I appreciate that. My technique is to say, well, shoot, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see.
Yep. Perfect. That's the kind of play we're looking for. Thank you, Claire. Beautiful. Kath went. Jason.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm kind of one of the newer members. My name is Jason Osborne. I'm living around the Denver metro area. I'm in Aurora, Colorado. I'm originally from Huntsville, Alabama. I'm kind of a basement wizard, entrepreneur. I've done both public sector and private sector. I've done work for the Army, for the NSA, for logistics businesses, just kind of a generalist. I got let go at the last startup I was at as a vice president of engineering. I was there for 3 years. The whole IT department got dropped as they downsized. So I've been taking this time to catch back up on AI. I started with AI back in the late 80s, early 90s, before Google even had their search engine patent. That's the work we did with the NSA. So I'm kind of trying to bring old AI to new AI. The vector database just kind of blew it wide open. It just kind of changed the game. So I've always been weak in my networking. I'm always the kind of guy that just has my head down. I'm constantly coding, doing something. Don't really socialize that much. It's not that I can't do it. It's just that I always feel bad to build content on somebody else's site instead of my own. So, but it's kind of like required nowadays, so I've got to get on LinkedIn. What I can offer to help people is, my background, my expertise, software development, database development, automation, AI stuff, anything I can do. I want to be part of others doing the same kind of things, like I heard earlier, making sure we're doing the right things with AI, and we could do that as a team. Where I need help is basically networking. I'm looking for small business case studies. If it's something I can do, it's not ridiculously too long of work, I could actually offer it for free. Try to help build a case study, proof of using AI for businesses and helping them to help bootstrap my company. So I'm trying to bootstrap a company while I'm out of work currently. I'm taking that time to do that. So that's pretty much it. I'll pass the mic. Thanks.
That's huge, Jason. I mean, first of all, thank you for just having the guts to raise your hand. And if you're not used to networking and you sit in the shadows, this is the perfect group to do what you just did. So kudos to that. So please connect with Jason. Awesome. Who's next? Oh, it's HT Snow Day, or as his LinkedIn says, Hall. Mr. Hall Snow Day.
LinkedIn will not verify me with initials. So if
Oh,
anyone
really?
knows how I get past that, please let me know. I literally got kicked off LinkedIn.
I thought you were getting all serious in your older age. You were like, I cannot
Nope.
be known as initials anymore. It will only be by my first name.
Nope. That's strictly a LinkedIn. Hey, that's not your real name, dude.
That's
But
funny.
seriously, if anybody has any idea, I think you have to be a celebrity to get initials on LinkedIn, and I'm not quite there yet.
That's funny.
In my own mind, maybe. But so TG, don't shy away from the initials, man. It's the way to go. So I'm HT. I'm in Traverse City, Michigan. I'm director of R&D and innovation for a medical products company called Midmark. I have a lot of background in common with Kyle, but among the things is I'm a lost actor as well. And to that end, I am also resurrecting some of my author work in that space. So I'm playing with learning and really excited about storyboarding and scripting support with generative AI. Been getting into LTX Studio. I got the code. I'm in. I'm actually, everybody's doing video. I'm really interested in the animatics. The fact that you can have persistent characters are the important part to me. And I don't care about making the video happen. I want to create a consistent visualized storyboard. And it's actually, I'm just scratching the surface. It's also something I need help with. So if anybody's got that, let me know. Day job, we're a healthcare products company. So we've been deep into it. We're working through a couple of projects related to ambient documentation between providers and patients. Data analysis. So we have large sets of data. I'm really excited about a world where you can just ask questions of an AI and say, hey, based on all of this data I have for my healthcare environment this week, what's the best way to optimize the engagement with the people I care for? And that's coming. And then coding. I and a couple of my teammates frequently overwhelm the context window in GPT with full-on coding projects. You can actually do it iteratively when you're doing coding. And Peter, I'm sure you've run into this. Chat GPT 4.0 is really good at coding. And similarly to the data thing, just interfaces are going away. You just tell the computer what you need to see and what you want it to do, and it'll do that. So it's anyway, coding is really fun. So I can offer coding support. Weirdly, we've done a ton of it across lots of different platforms and programming languages and environments. And I'm a big fan of what I call the iterative process, where you build incrementally with the chatbot. Not unlike you're actually coding, but it allows you to get to much larger scale projects. And not a problem in this group probably, but a lot of people assume you stop at a single prompt. And the best projects are, long periods of time and interaction with the chatbot. I need help. Yeah, go ahead, Brendan.
I just think we're encroaching on that 2 minutes.
I'm at time. Okay, so the only other thing I need help with is corporate governance. I've been voluntold. I will be helping to drive governance at my organization, and my choice of governance is give all the tools to all the teammates.
Governance around AI tools, or just in general? Governance around AI tools.
Yes.
There are a number of folks in here, so yeah, definitely connect with HT on that. What's interesting in these introductions is I'm sort of imagining small working groups forming, right? Like I could absolutely see there being a corporate governance, like, hey, I was just handed the job to figure this out. Anybody else been handed that job? Maybe we should share best practices. So that's great, HT. Thank you. Paul.
My name is Paul Tatangos. I live in Santa Cruz, California. And I'm a professional commercial photographer and fine art photographer. And I've been doing that since late 60s. Stuff I'm playing with now is Midjourney quite a bit. Peter Kaminsky's been incredibly helpful in getting me out of the kindergarten stage there. So that's a lot of fun. I do that a lot. And creating and building, I'd like to do more GPTs now that we hear that the GPT store is actually going to be something. I got a couple dozen kind of in the back of my head and partially built that I can hopefully put on there. What can I offer to salon people? Well, I can give them encouragement and support. Tell them that not knowing what you're doing has never stopped me from doing stuff, so it shouldn't stop them. That's the way we all are right now. So just go ahead and do it. Where do I need help and support? Well, I've always dreamed in my mind it would be really great to be able to make my still photographs move. So now with some of the stuff that's out there, maybe I'll be able to figure out how to do that sometime. And I'd like to be able to make videos that aren't terrible. So they need to get either better or I need to get a lot smarter. So I'm waiting for that. So that's where I need support. And again, got to thank Peter for being such a great teacher and so generous and talented, really inspirational. So that's it.
That's awesome. Yep. Thank you, Paul. That's great. Jim Ross. Jim, as far as I know, has only written one book. So 3. Oh, you're up to 3 now?
I have 3. Yep.
Dude, look at you go. Rick's got to watch out.
Yeah, I'm coming for you, Rick. All right. Again, my name is Jim Ross. I'm in Salt Lake City, Utah. I own and operate a self-storage property management company. I know, real sexy, but hey, it works. When you're talking about kind of owning your own business and entrepreneurship, yeah, that speaks to me because it's what I do. It's what I've always done. Right now, what I'm playing with is kind of going back to HeyGen, kind of build that, going to be learning that, and then just yeah, just playing with it. Don't know what I'll do with it, but a digital twin just really kind of speaks to me. So I have some use cases I'd like to start showcasing it if I can actually get it dialed in and figure it out. What I'm working on, what I'm trying to build is, in my industry, we kind of live and die by the phone. And so I'm focusing on doing some AI call center agents. So working with that. Next step is how to plug it into APIs with all the storage softwares and things like that. So that's the next step. But right now, just kind of playing with just what's already out there, the chatbots and the voice agents. Pretty cool. So learning that, I've been teaching people when I get on and do my consultation calls. It's kind of funny how it works. The very first thing they always say is, I like your background. Like, oh, I did that with AI. And that kind of just starts the conversation. So it's kind of funny how that works. What I can offer, again, kind of going back to what I said before, is this kind of that small business entrepreneurship mindset of wearing lots of hats. And thankfully, we have AI to help leverage a lot of stuff we couldn't utilize in the past. So it's made my life a hell of a lot easier. So if we can ever want to talk about kind of been there, done that use cases, cool. Because that's very back when one of the first AI Salon things we talked about with the AI native was thrown out there. And that just kind of spoke to me. So I don't care what comes along in my business day. I always kind of the first thing I think of is how can I use AI to assist me with that? So that's helped in a lot of different cases. What I need help with is, someone else alluded to this as well, is kind of a consistent character. I've tried to work with that for months because I'm kind of creating like my own mascot for my company, and I like to be able to put that mascot in different scenarios, but I can't have it look janky and look different in every single different scenario. So if we can kind of figure that out, and I need help with consistent characters, I love you. That'd be awesome.
Cool. All right. Connect with Jim. Make consistent characters, you pretty picture people. And by the way, I would also connect with Jim. I mean, he really is. He really does just take this idea of he's just going to throw AI at it, like really seriously, but does it with a lot of joy, and like it's helping his business. So, you know, if you like, connect with Jim if you haven't spent time with him. He's a good guy and doing really fun stuff with this. So pretty picture people. Brad, thanks, Jim.
Thanks. Hi. My name is Brad Vinico. I am based in Fountain Valley, California, which is a place with no fountains and no valleys. But we do have a great slogan, a nice place to live, and it actually really is. It's here in Southern California. I've actually just been a fly on the wall with the AI Salon for several months, and am so grateful for this opportunity to get to know people instead of just little boxes on the screen. This is awesome. I am heavily involved in, well, I should give you a little background. I'm sort of a Renaissance creative, 20 plus years as a consultant in the music industry, own a video production company, professional voice actor. So that's things that move and talk and make sound, you know, has kind of been my wheelhouse. I'm very heavily involved in a voiceover workout group and have just come to love that community. And I'm starting to see similarities with AI Salon. So I've brought several new members into the group, and what really attracts me to the group is no fear. I love that. And it's such a positive approach to this exciting and terrifying new technology.
So true.
You know, people say, what do you think about AI? And because I've been kind of that leading pioneer for a lot of people in the past. And I say it's exhilarating and terrifying all at the same time. It's moving so quickly. So I know I've got 2 minutes. I want to be respectful of that. What am I creating? A personal passion project. I am finally using technology and recording music that's been in my head for 40 plus years, and getting that out. I just sent the copyright off for my first project, which will be released very soon. I'm super excited about that. And that leads me into, where do I need help? I think I'm here. I heard the term persistence, and I think that means keeping the same image, or not image, but the same look, maybe from different images, if I'm interpreting that correctly. And I would love to use some AI generated video for to support one of the new music pieces that I'll be releasing. What can I offer? I can offer enthusiasm, time, and a kindred mind to explore AI tools and techniques, and just add to the positive momentum of this community. I have been working with ChatGPT, Ideogram, Genmo. I think those are probably my 3 most used apps. So I think that's pretty much it. And I should be under about 2 minutes. Thank you.
Perfect. And Brad, thanks for popping out of the shadows and introducing yourself. It's awesome. Like, yeah, the kind of energy that you're bringing, like that enthusiasm, that's something that Leah and I, one of the things we've been talking about is just really getting back to that spirit of play and focused play, right? And doing it in the pursuit of a creative goal. So that energy is spot on for what we're trying to, keep alive and amplify in this community. So rock on, brother.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Kelly Camp.
Hi.
You're no longer driving. You're safe. You're safe and sound in your home. Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm always multitasking. My name is Kelly Camp. I'm an AI addict.
Kelly.
Hi. I'm from Dallas, Texas. Downtown is right behind me here, which is kind of fun. And I am so into AI that I actually jumped off the cliff without a parachute, and I founded an AI agency and that was last June. So I really don't know what that means still, several months later, but it's starting to take shape. And I'm starting to get more and more clients from sort of all over the place. So it's been an interesting process. What I'm currently working on, I love GPTs. I love building GPTs. That's not exactly what I'm spending my time on, but that's what I'd like to be doing. Recently, what I've been doing is working on videos, specifically avatars, because I've got a new client who is a video agency, and they really want to get into AI, but they know nothing about it. So fortunately for me, they're pushing me to learn about avatars and putting music and video and all of that. So that's where I'm spending a lot of my time. What I have to offer, I would say probably one of the main things is I love brainstorming and collaborating with others. I'm a little bit socially isolated myself, so I really love that partnership and collaborating. I love brainstorming with others, and I'm also a serial entrepreneur. I think I've had 12 or 13 startups. I've bootstrapped all but one of them. And so I know what it takes to start a business from scratch, what you should be focusing on and not focusing on. So if anybody's thinking about going out and being an entrepreneur or just wants to talk about that, I would love to help you, because I didn't have anybody showing me the ropes, and it would have saved me so much time and headache. So happy to pass along that knowledge. And then what I'm actually needing right now is, because I have an agency, I need projects and clients mostly. And I also need people to get on my TikTok videos that I've made and share, like, and follow me. I'm trying to up my followers so I can do more on TikTok, like live video and things like that. And because I have this agency, my fantasy is to actually have all of my team, my contractors for my agency, be from this group. Because we have got knowledge and expertise that the rest of the world does not have collectively. And I just think it would be so amazing to find a way for us to work on projects together. I don't know exactly how that looks, but I've run agencies before. I've been a contractor before with all kinds of subs, so I know the logistics of it. But if anybody's interested in working in an AI agency, let me know.
Great, fantastic. Yeah, and it looks like Brandon put your TikTok in here, but
thank you.
What we should do, there's a fair amount of people in here who have TikTok channels, so let's, if we're not already, let's definitely all follow each other and sort of shout each other out. I haven't seen your videos in a while, Kelly, so you're not in my feed, so
Yeah.
let's do what we can to boost Kelly. Mr. K gets out there pretty decently as far as I see, but still boost him. If you haven't boosted some of the people that are on TikTok, definitely do that. All right, final person in the list, Christopher Blake. Thank you, Kelly.
Hey everyone, good to be back. I joined a while ago, but got busy. I'm an animator and compositor in Chicago. I'll keep this short. I've been not playing much with AI, and that's why I came back to see what was going on.
Great.
I crafted AI for a job. I used DB Synth. I've used some things for commercial work, but mostly my background is 40 years doing commercial animation, traditional and CG. So this has been both a threat and an opportunity. I've seen people being laid off, colleagues, because of AI. So it's a real thing. What am I creating? Well, right now, traditional animated content in CG, animation, video, but some other things are more interactive that could use AI. And we've used AI quite a lot at the studio I work at for concepting. So I'm familiar with that, with just simple things in Photoshop and Firefly, etc., those kind of simple tools. What I can offer, animation tips. I've been making animated commercials for years, so one of the things I see lacking in AI, and one of the things we worked against, we made a commercial in last May that used AI, was just an understanding of how animation really works and what's interesting, and something that goes beyond just a traditional learning module of the principles of animation. It gets a little deeper into story. And because I'm an educator, I can offer tips on education. I was teaching a VFX class, and we had a use for AI in the classroom for concepting. So I know a little bit about that. And luckily, my school didn't have any regulations, so they just said, do it. And I did it. Where can I help? Or maybe I talked about this already. More info about successful use of animation. But principally, I'm doing fits and starts in AI. I look at it, I see that the persistence is just not up to my standards. It just doesn't look good, and I don't have a solution for that, but I can be a bellwether of whether that's working or not. Interested in digital twins and ad agencies as well. Then, so glad to hear everybody.
Great, awesome. RJ.
Hello, everyone. I'm RJ. I'm in the beautiful Watchung Mountains of New Jersey, which are almost 500 feet high.
Wow.
They're like hills. So basically, I've been into IT project management in the past, and on the side, I've been helping people like on a peer support website by creating self-help content, and especially about healthy living, how to be more successful, like with habit building, and even helping other people learn how to use AI too more lately. So I've been just playing around with AI and just seeing how it can be used, especially in everyday life, personal life, which I really wish there was a separate sub-guild for here, because I really think a lot of people are using it in their personal life, but they haven't been really sharing it on this sub-guild much, on this the Mighty Network site too much, because they're all mainly focused on image building and stuff like that. So but anyway, I've been playing around with Pi, of course, and Perplexity, Claude, Gemini, Bing Copilot, ChatGPT-4, and most recently Find. And I've been doing coding to make little browser apps, thanks to Peter, who reminded me that I could do coding with it very easily. And so I even played with mega prompts to try to get AI to act more like a program, which was interesting. And I was helping some people do some job search journey kind of activities by building those mega prompts. And so that's the kind of thing that I want to build. I want to build like code with AI, which I've been doing, to build like little browser apps that can basically help people do what they want to do. And most recently, I made something that really helped me. It was a little screen time use app that runs on a browser. I made it with AI, and it basically creates a little bar chart of how long I've either been sitting or how long I've been up with emojis. So, and I found that it was like amazingly motivating, because if I could see like a horizontal bar of 30 chair emojis, it's like, whoa, this is sitting too much at the screen. So
That's great.
then it's become like a game where I want to get up and do the action emojis and see them pile up. So it's really helped my motivation and effectivity. So that's what I'm trying to focus on. And in terms of helping the community, I can help them with feedback and ideas and brainstorming and ideation and stuff like that, and how to use the basic AI tools for personal use. So that's where I really need help, is because I like to hear the community explain how they're using it for their personal use. How are they using Pi? How are they using ChatGPT or other AIs to do ideation and help get unstuck? And, because then I can use it for myself and also share it with other people that I support on that website. So that's my
Awesome.
short story.
Awesome. Love it, RJ. Thank you.
Thanks.
Brandon, Tid, Gemini Bear Master.
Just real quick, RJ, I would love to form the Everyday AI Guild with you. There's an
and I would love it if Claire would join too, because then we'd have a psychologist on there too. That would be excellent.
Awesome. Love it.
I did want to call out, just because it didn't come up in this call, the LTX drop is happening. They're doing their last drop of the day at midnight Eastern tonight. So that's just about 3 hours from now. And they're also having a contest that is for the next 24 hours. If you get in, you can build a video and then potentially win a trip to, I think it's Paris.
Beautiful. All righty. We got through everyone with 3 minutes to spare. Thank you, Brandon, for being a timer. Awesome. Golf clap for Brandon for the timer. It was polite, and we got through it. Leah, Fasten, that was something. What were the through lines that you heard? What, as you heard people introducing themselves, other than it was awesome to kind of re-meet a lot of people?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just the social connection for sure. I think what I took away from it was how, you and I started the salon because we met basically because of AI, right? Through a mutual friend, and we got really excited about AI, right? And we made all these cool things with AI, and we're still making things. But I think really what's exciting about the salon isn't the AI. It's the community and the interesting projects and the interesting things people are working on. So it's cool that AI is the thing that brought us together. But what I'm so struck with is all of the incredible work that people are doing and interesting projects people are working on.
Yep.
And AI is a tool, and I'll take it if it's what brings us together. But there's so much other incredibly creative, exciting work happening here.
Yeah, and for me, what struck me is we have spent a lot of time putting together the mighty networks to have a framework for people to be able to find each other and collaborate and connect. But there's something about hearing 3 or 4 people going, oh, I'm trying to, figure out how to be an entrepreneur, or I'm trying to build a product. And, I know technology, I know creative. Like, it's like, let's put those things together. There's something about the human beings going, here's what I'm doing, and finding one another that, I hope you all enjoyed this. This was an experiment to bring back this format. And I think we'll dial it in. So please give us feedback on this. But it was, for me personally, this is what the salon's all about. So I'm super excited about that everyone so generously, shared what they had going on. So thank you.
Yep. Excellent.
Yeah.
Danielle.
I don't really want to contribute because you guys pretty much all know me, but Go do a Mad Lib. They're pretty cool.
Go do it.
Okay. Awesome.
Love it.
Thank you, Danielle. Excellent.
Love it. The other thing we'll do, so Leah's got, what's the tool that you're using called again? The note-taking
Fathom.
tool? Fathom.
Yeah.
So Fathom took notes here, and Fathom does a really good job of sort of consolidating what was said. One of the things that I think Leah and I are going to experiment with, and if anyone else wants to experiment with this as well, we can make the transcript of this call available, is see if we can have AI put groups together of people that talked about similar things or had similar needs or asks and offers. So we'll see what we can do with that. I think there might be something fun to play with that.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, great. Well, it's 7 o'clock. Thank you, everybody. Have a fantastic week, and we will see you in 2 weeks. And we have a speaker, and we will see you then.
Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.